This sales snippet might actually be a repeat of one I've already done. Watch it and find out. Hey, my name is Rob Spence, Managing Director of Paragon Sales Solutions. I was just about to record this sales snippet about a really good topic, and then it dawned on me that I might have already recorded it. But I'm already set up. I put on my shirt for you. I've unrolled my roller banner, set up the lighting, kicked the cats out for a bit. So it's probably best we carry on. This sales snippet, we're going to talk about discounting and sort of how you can overcome that objection that sometimes we will hear of, can you do it any cheaper? Going to have a discount? Oh, my mate round the corner if we can do it for 20 quid less. All that jazz. It happens a lot. As I've said in another sales snippet all about trust, sometimes people will say they don't have the right money, yada, 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 if you've not developed enough trust. So I urge you to go and watch that sales snippet on trust, because that'll give you some hints and tips. What I always kind of coach and train people on is that 9 times out of 10, you need to sell yourself first. You need to sell yourself first and the value that you can deliver to a person. Let's face it, in this world, a quick Google search will find us a really good deal on any product, any service. Competition is rife, isn't it? There's so much competition out there. But that's simply because instead of having to look through the yellow pages or look in the classified adverts in an old newspaper or whatever, we're now inundated with data, and it's amazing. But that offers a lot more competition, which can really seem quite hard to overcome as a sales professional. Hence the need for people asking for discounts and stuff. So, if people are asking for discounts from you, what should you say? Yes, yeah, take the discount. Hey, listen, if you've got the margin to do so, is it any harm at the end of the day? Probably not. But you as a sales professional have to remember that you are adding value to this transaction. Sure, your prospect could perhaps go out and find something off their own back and implement it on their own and fit it and install it on their own back. However, that is going to take time. If anything goes wrong, whose responsibility is it? And at the end of the day, if they need any support whatsoever, they have no face to the business. That is you as a sales professional. That's why perhaps your service or product is a tiny bit more expensive, because they get you as an asset to the transaction, right? Secondly, I read something once. If people are asking for discounts, you've probably not sold the value enough. And that brings me back to something that I kind of always waffle on about, is that we all love to buy things that we want, but we hate to buy things that we need. So if we get a gas bill through our door, we hate it. Oh, a gas bill. Oh, look, I spent 100 quid on food this month. Well, we kind of need it to eat. Yeah, no, but 100 quid. We all hate, I'm to my voice then. We all hate to buy things spend money on things that we actually need to live. But we love to, I want that new album. Sounds amazing. That new game. I need to get that new game. That new car. I'm definitely going to get that new car. We love to spend money, and that's because we can automatically see the value that car, that game, that music will bring to our lives. So as a sales professional, if someone's asking for you for a discount, go back a step. Try and add value. I'm sure I've done this as a sales snippet before. Go back, add value, see what you can add into the package, or perhaps underline value that maybe your prospect didn't notice before. So your prospect says, Rob, that sounds amazing, but the roller banner that you have offered to me actually has reflective sheen. Just here, it's got a reflective sheen. You can say, oh, no, Mr. Prospect, you misunderstood. Ours comes naturally with some sheen up here. Or perhaps on the flip side of that, let's look at a photographer. So let's use a photographer, for example. Quoting for a wedding, you got photographer A, photographer B. Photographer A quotes £1,000, let's keep it simple. Photographer B quotes for £900. So the bride says to you, look, sounds really good, but you over here are £100 more expensive. This guy's quoted £900. You could easily say, oh yeah, I'll knock 100 quid off, no problem at all. Or you can walk away from the sale, say, yeah, no worries, I'm here if you need me. Or you can say, no, that's fine, listen, can I just check? Does photography B offer the flash drive with all your edits in, and does he offer a complimentary print book as well? Oh no, actually, he doesn't. So you do all that. Yeah. Let me have a look at his quote. Let me look at his proposal. I see, look, he's only doing 500 photos. I'm doing 700 photos as well. Don't be afraid to kind of get a bit nitpicky and try and show that value if perhaps already you've not shown it well enough. So I kind of feel like I've repeated myself on a sales snippet here. Have I not? Drop me an email, rob@paragonsalessolutions.co.uk. Don't ever be put off by someone wanting a discount. Normally, I always say that discounting is a massive buying signal. If someone wanted it at a cheaper price, it means that they do want your product or service. So